Empire is back, bitches, and let's talk about it. We start off, Lucius playing that damn piano. I was like, so your ass really do know how to play piano. Okay, and I was judging you for a minute. You got skills, Terrence Howard. You do. Juliana wanna come over there flirting with him, getting all kinky and stuff. And before I know it, I'm like, where them damn braids come from? I don't know if I like them, if they look good on you. They was hooked up for sure, but we get back in the present and Cookie comes up in there and asks him like, what's the song? He was like, it's just something, I wrote, but it ain't really nothing. He was like, did you write the song before or after we got together or whatever? He was like, bitch, it don't matter. He basically goes into Lucius' office to ask him, I think Angelo is trying to propose to me. Because he did say after he won the election that he was going to. Lucius was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. If you say yes and you accept the engagement, I'll fall back on homeboy. Lucius knows that Cookie is still in love with his ass. And Cookie, we know that you are still in love with his ass. Lucius just like, bitch, whatever you got with him, it ain't nothing compared to us. Who the fuck swings on baseball bats, fucking up basically a whole building, yelling at our own room? Like, he ain't on the level between you and me, boo. But then Cookie was like, okay, well, we need to talk about, Andre and his little Vegas thing. Lucius like, look, we do, because that Juliana chick, she's dangerous. Andre is in the office with Juliana and Shine, and they're going over the whole Vegas plan, trying to let Nessa perform, all this other stuff. They're trying to meet up with Tori, and she come up in there late, and Juliana trying to talk to her like,
hi, I'm Juliana, but everybody calls me Juicy.
Bitch, we're not friends.
Such shade was being thrown. I'm like, bitch. Juliana was trying to propose to Tori that maybe you should be considering working with a song with Nessa. Better yet, maybe even a song for Lucius. Andre was like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? Juliana was like, bitch, if you don't let me do my magic, shut up. Daddy Jamal is in the studio and Angelo want to come up in there being all silly and stuff like, where do I go to get a pair of pants and all this other bull stuff? I'm like, sit your corny ass down. He basically goes to ask Jamal opinion about when is the right time to propose to your mother. He was like, what? Now would be the right time. Stepdad, go ahead and get the punani. Stepdad, I really do appreciate you. Stepdad, if your son only knew that Cookie reject the engagement, what would he do? Yeah. Oh, what would he do? Leaping out of that, Lucius is talking about plans and things, and then next thing you know, Andre introduces Juliana to Lucius and Cookie. Cookie and Juliana was like, bitch, I feel like I seen you before. No, I feel like I seen you before. We met somewhere, ho. Next thing you know, we get this old flashback when Lucius went out there to Vegas. We just seeing how they met. And next thing you know, we start talking about Raphael. So Lucius ended up bringing up Raphael or whatever. And Shine was over there talking about some Ralph, the guy that once was or something like that. Speaking in past tense. Lucius caught that nigga, was like, wait, he's using past tense. So what happened to Raphael? Lucius like, you need to know that he is a ruthless man. He is nothing to be played with. I'm surprised your ass is even here. Cookie is having dinner with her boys, and basically she's trying to get their approval on trying to marry Angelo. Jamal was like, look, baby, I'm here for it 100%. Andre was like, I'm here for it too, but you like to be here for me for this Vegas turnout? I'm like, Andre, sit the hell down. We gonna get to that in a minute. I came over there mad. He was like, I don't prove with this nigga, but you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. Lucius confronting Shine in that chair and Thirsty asking them questions. So like, what else do you know about Ralph or whatever? Shine was like, Thirsty, if you don't get your buy one, get one free suit, nigga ass out my face before I molly rock, catch your ass outside and drop kick your ass, bitch ass nigga. I'm like, wait, hold on now. Is this a roast session? Becky with the good ear comes in there to tell Lucius, you need to come to the studio to listen what Tori is laying down on this track. So he goes in the studio or whatever, and he really likes the song and knows the fact that, you know, Becky is upping up, taking charge, you know, micromanaging the music and everything. He said she wants to come up with this type of plan to release the song or whatever, even though it was a demo. He was like, you know what, we're going to release the song right now, and we're actually going to have something with Hakeem and Tiana, but Portland Lake's up in it or something like that. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's get points, Becky. Let's get points. Nika Anika. Or shall we just say Boo Boo Kitty for the minute? She goes over to Tyreek's house. She sneaks up in there. Next thing you know, we come back and Lucius is listening to the recording on his laptop. I'm like, oh, so this shit is really about to go down. Ah! All this while they're talking and Tyreek is basically trying to touch up on Anika, and Anika just resisting like, oh, no. And then they sit down and Tyreek was like, well, I'm suspended from, you know, being in the FBI, but this proof, this evidence right here is gonna get me back in. I'm like, well, good luck with that, and Tyree, because you know what, you've been scuffling, nigga. Angelo calls Cookie's phone. He was like, come down here, babe, we need to talk, we need to have a convo. She was like, all right, honey, I'm coming. Next thing you know, Shine calls Lucius' phone, and he was like, we need to meet up ASAP or whatever. And the next thing you know, he was talking to somebody in the back, but we couldn't see him. He was like, look, I'll do this, but that's it. I'm like, who are you talking to? It looked like a female for sure. It had to be Juliana. It had to be. Cookie was like, bitch, who is it? Because if you need me to go, I'm down. Give me the pistol. Lucius was like, look, you're finna get engaged soon. Go. So Cookie goes over back to her apartment to find out, you know, Angela put this nice dinner together or whatever. And he basically pops up the question like, I would love for you to come on TV with me. She's just like, really? Yay. Okay, I'll do it, daddy.
Lucius, stay your ass right there.
If Juliana came from out the shadows, she got her pistol and shit, probably ready to pop the fuck off on Lucius. I'm like, ooh. Next thing you know, we get another flashback. You know, it looked real cute when they was in love or whatever. And it sees that Juliana portrayed Lucius in the past. And Lucius and Juliana was having this conversation like,
do you have any idea how much money they took from me and how hard and how many bridges I had to burn in order to get that money back?
It took me 15 years to find my way out of that marriage. I killed Raphael because I love you, Lucius. Help me out with the Las Vegas skit. Help me.
I'm like, Lucius, you gonna sit up here and fall for this? Are you serious? Nika's sleeping on the bed, and Tyreek with his little thirsty, freaky ass gonna come up in there and start touching her like,
yeah. Good morning. So I was thinking I could make you a little breakfast or something.
I'm crying a little.
Thirsty sleep on that damn couch. He has some leftover food in his mouth. I'm like, nigga, chew your food and swallow. You gonna die. Next thing you know, phone call comes and Thirsty on set it up for Tyreek to go somewhere. So Nika quickly hurry up, get dressed, and goes. We're in the studio and they're live streaming. You got Hakeem. That show was kind of cute. I need to steal that. So they're live streaming and Tori comes up in there and she's singing or whatever. I don't know where Tiana came from, but she started going into the studio freaking Tori like, I'm like, I see a three-way. Next thing you know, Jamal come up in there with Tinashe. I'm like, bitch, where you come from with your cute ass? And then Jamal is noticing all these liquor bottles. They're noticing that they've been up in here turning up because, you know, Jamal and Tori, they asses still snuck out of rehab. I'm still confused at the point why ain't nobody talking about this. So you mean to tell me y'all asses just snuck out of rehab and ain't nobody said nothing to y'all yet. I mean, okay. Mom was like, you know, this is not good for you. You're losing your health. You need to get your shit back in order. Tori's like, oh, so I'm the one that needs help, but it's okay for you to also leave, come back to your family, do what you do. Nigga, please, you're just mad and jealous because I'm on a whole nother level.
Agent Sweetwater? Well, it's nice to see you here,
Tyreek. You got played like a motherfucker. He came up in here because he thought he was supposed to meet with some secret agent or whatever, but he realized it's a fucking trap. Lucius started going in on him, talking about,
You're such a dummy. You didn't even know Anita was wearing a wire, and she recorded all of the conversations. But what I'm gonna need you to do, I think it's time for you to start running, because I already called the FBI. There in that bed is enough money to get your ass running. I think you might want to start running now.
Cookie is on this television show with Angela, and they're talking about, you know, the whole debate, winning the debate, and them being in a relationship. Next thing you know, Angela want to come out of nowhere talking about...
No, it's crazy because I really do love this woman, and you know, we've been taking it one day at a time. But you know, there's actually something that I want to ask you, Cookie. Will you marry me?
Wait, this is...
Yes.
Cookie didn't even say yes. She didn't say no. Angelo just immediately put that damn ring on her. I'm like, oh no. Next thing you know, they get backstage. Cookie was like, why the fuck would you do that? What are you, like, I need time to process this. Like, all the stuff I have going on with Lucius and everything with the Empire. Angela was like, I knew Lucius dumbass still has something to do with this. Cookie, she just basically confessed her feelings.
Angela, it would be a lie if I didn't tell you that I still love Lucius. I still love him. I still got feelings for him. Like, these feelings don't go away.
So you mean to tell me that you still have feelings for him? I did everything for you. I covered up the jail situation. I got Frida out. I even handled your case situation at Empire. I did everything for you, Cookie. And you mean to tell me you can have your hand in my hand in marriage? I don't know how, but when Angelo took off his mic and unwired it, whatever, he turned the mic back on. And so everybody that's in the studio was hearing what they was talking about. Angelo mama come up in there and she was like, look, they can hear you. Your mic is on. Shut up. And so, you know, Cookie when to start crying was like, look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you through this or whatever. Like, I'm sorry. Cookie was like, this is my phone. This is my son calling me. That mama was like, bitch, take that shit outside. I'm like, oh, Cookie got hope for once. Oh, bitch. And the mama wanted to get gangster, but she was talking to Angelo like,
Angelo, get it together. Now this is what you don't understand. I'm taking charge now. I'm gonna make sure that they pay.
Switch over to that. We at Leviticus. It's time for the little investors program thing or whatever. But as soon as Andre and Juliana come up in there, they notice the whole scenery is different. You got Lucius up in there with his tux, and he's talking to this lady called Charlotte Frost. Apparently she's some noticeable lady or whatever. It don't matter to me. 9 times out of 10, basically Juliana will turn her damn back on Andre, and Lucius come up to him and was like, you and Nessa, done. Andre, you was not going to get away with this. You are not going to get away with it this easily. You gonna have to try harder than that, son. So next thing you know, Tori is up there performing. It's a nice little classical event or whatever. Tori was looking cute. She was looking cute. Nessa is pissed off. She was like, Shine, please tell me. Please tell me that you did not know about this. Andre come over there. He was like, you know what, Shine, round up the boys. bitch, it's game on. And so, you know, Cookie comes up in there because I guess she's trying to find Lucius or whatever. But Lucius over there talking to Juliana and Charlotte like,
yeah, that song that she's singing up there, it was about Juliana. This is probably have to be the love of my life.
that was the end of Empire. Cookie, I feel sorry for you, girl. The next week about to be popping. I can already tell. So you know what? Like this video, ho, and subscribe below. And I'm going to be back for another Empire review. Bye.
Last night took a L, but tonight I